This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Greetings, everyone. This is the X-Zone. My name is Rob McConnell, and for the next 4 hours, I'm your host and your guide as together we cross the time-space continuum to this place that I call the X-Zone. It's a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. It's a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. And the X-Zone comes to you Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern until 2 a.m. Eastern, all around the world on the X-Zone Broadcast Network and our growing family of terrestrial radio stations and satellite programming providers. Now, if you'd like to give us a call, toll free, 1-800-610-7035. Email xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media sites, X-Zone Radio TV. And if you'd like to listen to past shows, just go to xzonepodcast.com or our main site, xzoneradiotv.com. This hour, we're going to be talking about my favorite subject, X-Zone Nation, angels. Chris Alexandria is our special guest, and she is your transformational coach with angelic insights. She is the creator of the Angel Chatter Archangel Oracle cards, the author of the award-winning children's book, Have You Ever Wondered About Angels?, and the designer of the growing Angel Chatter jewelry line. Her passion is to empower people across the globe so they may live the life of their dreams. And her website is www.angelchatter.com. And joining me now is Chris Alexandria. And Chris, welcome to the X-Zone.
Good evening, Rob. How are you?
Any better, and I just couldn't take it. Even though it's voting day here in the province of Ontario, and I can honestly say we have the Three Stooges that are up for election as the premier of this province, so it'll be interesting to find out who won after the show tonight.
It does sound interesting.
You know, there's a saying we have up here in Canada, if you want to change a politician, you put them all in the bag, shuffle the bag, and no matter what you pull out, is the same thing you started with. So tell me, Chris, how did your involvement in angels start?
Well, that's a really great question, and I actually do get asked that a lot. And the story goes, because it's real, I've been doing it my whole life, but I didn't realize it for many, many years. Because like so many of us, we want to fit in. Mm-hmm. And when you have a unique gift, such as chatting with the angels, it's not quite your typical lunch table at the school cafeteria conversation, or certainly not at home either. But I had a reading myself on the phone, many years ago. And one of the angels she called in was Archangel Ariel, and I was the only one at home. And when she called in Ariel, before I could even stop myself, I went, "Oh, Pinky!" And I literally stopped, looked around the room, and was looking like, who just said that? And I honestly forget the rest of the conversation. And that night when I went to bed, I said, okay, front and center, I want to see these people again. So Ariel comes in, and I then went, it's you. Because as a child, she's my guardian angel. I did not know the name Ariel, but I knew the color pink. Mm-hmm. And she resonates the color pink, so therefore she became Pinky. So that was my clarification that I've been doing this my whole life, even though I forgot about it for quite a while.
What sparked the revival, the memory again, that took a memory into what you're doing today? What was the catalyst?
The catalyst to want to even begin to do this was I had children. And I knew Mama Bear couldn't be everywhere with them. And I started seeing angels in movies and in books, and I became, all right, I need to call on that outside help. So I started I was hungry, so hungry for this reconnection. And it just opened up like gangbusters. And it's been nonstop chatter ever since, pretty much.
Who or what are angels?
Great question again. Angels literally mean messengers of God. So they are your best friend, the winged and haloed bunch, I call them. And they are here to help us, here to serve us, here to help us make our life more enjoyable, more abundant in all levels, not just monetarily, but more abundant in joy, health, love, of course. And they're here to serve us. But the funny thing about them is that they don't interfere unless we ask for help.
So even though we may be in hard times, we may be at wit's end, they won't step in unless we say, angels, I need your help.
Exactly. Otherwise, like I tell my customers and clients, they're up there eating bonbons, doing the polka and playing the harp. They're not asking. I know they're not asking. I can't help unless they ask, because we have this glorious thing called free will.
Ah, free will. Stand by. We've got to take a 2-minute commercial break, because this is one thing I do not have free will in. Exonation, Chris Alexandria is our special guest. We're talking about angels this hour. Her website is www.angelchatter.com, talking about bonbons sitting on clouds with my luck, my angel's Peggy Bundy. We'll be back on the other side of this commercial break in 2 minutes as the X-Zone continues from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and around the world on the X-Zone Broadcast Network. My name is Rob McConnell. This is the X-Zone. We'll be back in 2. Don't go away. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. Named one of the world's greatest psychics, Elizabeth Joyce is now giving readings worldwide via Skype. Elizabeth Joyce is recognized for her clairvoyant ability to help find missing persons, her analysis of dreams, past life regression work, mediumship, and her accurate predictions. Elizabeth has been a frequent guest on the X-Zone radio show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, now for several years. For an appointment with Elizabeth Joyce, call 201-934-8986 or Skype at elizabeth.joyce. And for more information, you can always visit Elizabeth Joyce online at www.new-visions.com.
Do you have a dis-ease that you would like to alleviate through a natural means? Have you been contacted by angels, ghosts, or even extraterrestrials and want to validate these experiences? Or would you simply like to speak with someone who can help you find your life's purpose? I'm Dr. Joseph Mara, and I'm offering my services free of charge for first-time clients contacting me during the month of April. These free consultations include angel card readings, guided meditations, life coaching, and energy healing. If you have always wanted to explore these types of experiences but were skeptical or simply could not afford them, then take advantage of this free special offer. Contact me through my website, aguidinglight, spelled LITE.com, to schedule your consultation today. Until then, I offer you love, light, and laughter.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the X Zone. I'm Rob McConnell, coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. My guest this hour is Chris Alexandria. We're talking about angels, and Chris's website is www.angelchatter.com. Do you find in the work that you do that children seem to automatically accept the existence of angels, and yet older people kind of keep it a secret if they do or they don't?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Think about way back when we were children, and we've had children, we've had friends. They have so many imaginary friends.
Yes.
Yeah, well, imaginary friends are typically, because that's what adults call it, because we can't see it, so it must be imaginary, right? Those are actually the guardian angels. So it's actually a pretty fun thing. But when we reach the ages between 6 and 8, it's somewhere around that time frame, we reach, quote, the age of reason, which is kind of unreasonable. But we try to start fitting in. And like I mentioned earlier, chatting with angels or seeing fairies or anything that's out of the ordinary is not reasonable. So we tend to push those gifts away, unfortunately. But yeah, up until that point, the kids are just amazing. They see it, they hear them, they play with them. It's just phenomenal. You know, I see children all the time at different shows we do, and they just light up when they walk by our booth because they see it.
They see it, and they believe.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel so sorry for children because we bring them into a world of fantasy. We tell them about Santa Claus. We tell them about the Sandman, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. There's a cow that jumps over a moon. There's a lady that flies on the back of a goose. And what happens at about 8 years old? We pull the carpet and say, we lied. That's all fantasy.
And we wonder why there are trust issues.
Exactly. Exactly. God bless the children, because we adults, whether we knowingly do it or not, we kind of screw them up.
Oh, yeah. It's the rare parent that actually encourages that the angelic connection and that sense of expansion and honors it and supports the child as they get older. I mean, my parents are fantastic. I mean, I adore them. In fact, I just left their house earlier today. But still, chatting with the winged bunch is on the more unusual side. My dad's this brilliant chemical engineer. He developed formulas in college that they still teach. And my mom's this great domestic goddess. And here I come. You know, I talk to the angels. So they never, ever, ever asked me, so Chris, what angels did you chat with today? Have anything you want to share with us? Yeah, it just never happened. But of course, I thought, as most children do, that this was normal until I realized it wasn't. And because other people weren't doing it.
Or they weren't saying they were doing it.
Or exactly, Rob. They weren't saying that they could see or hear or know that they were around and have fun with them and all that sort of stuff. So,
why do you think there's been such a resurgence in the belief of angels, or should I say the open belief of angels?
Oh, good question. Well, there have been more TV shows. I mean, back, in the 80s, 90s, it was Touched by an Angel. That was really big here in the States.
Yeah.
And that opened a ton. And then there was a magazine that came out, Angels on Earth.
Yeah.
And then we have Doreen here in this country, who, of course, is now internationally known. And she's like the angel, the one and only angel lady. But there are angel lady goddesses all around the world, and men are now getting involved. So it's not just for women anymore. And so there are more people just coming out, and they've had people to back them financially, so their message gets out. So now people that don't have that financial backing, the lay people, are going, oh, wait, these people talk to angels? I guess it's okay, I can too.
Yeah, everybody